Hello Marvel Heroes fans, my name is Wilfred and welcome to my channel. In this very special episode, I'd like to spend some time talking about the upcoming Omega Prestige for the PC world. Understand that for the console, you already have it, so lucky you. Now, in this video, I am going to share some tips and something that you should consider before engaging on this entire journey. And I'm not going to criticize the system, nor I'm going to pass judgment in any way, because after all, in this clip that I've recorded, I've been farming for the defended artifact. The content is neither challenging nor fun, but I just spent like 45 minutes to get one artifact. So who am I to judge anyway? So now, just to recap, Omega Prestige is basically what's after in the POC world, what's after the Cosmic Prestige. So you spend time leveling from 1 to 60, and after that you spend another like 5 times into Prestige, and the 6th time is going to be like 25 times more difficult, longer than your normal Prestige to earn the Cosmic Prestige, giving you the yellow nameplate. So in the past, things stops here. Now, not many people engaged in the Cosmic Prestige. I know I don't. But there are some people who are very dedicated in this game. They would like to just do what like the most you can do with the hero, which I can totally understand. Now, for the Omega Prestige is that you, after your 6th Prestige, for the console world 6th Prestige, I'm not sure whether it's the same as the Cosmic Prestige as like PC, but what's after that is you can unlock something called the Omega Prestige. In my last video, I've already talked about it, so I'm not going to repeat a lot on content, how you unlock it, what you'll get in the end. But in a nutshell, you'll be able to further your play time even longer than before. So you can play the same heroes, level up 70 times after you've done your Cosmic Prestige. And effectively, because there is a XP requirement escalation, it's not going to be just 70 times kind of like a commitment in terms of the time on it. Basically, what happened is that the Omega Prestige rank 1 to 9 is like a normal leveling, but from 10 to 19 it'll be 25 times longer, and then 20 to 29 another 25% longer, and so on and so forth until rank 70, which I worked out to be 3 times longer. So effectively, it is basically 124.5 times your normal leveling experience in terms of time investment wise. Now, how long does it take for you to level from 1 to 60? Depends from people to people, right? For me, I have 200% XP bonus from the PC world. I understand for the console you have up to 10%, which means every hero you get, you earn like up to 100%. Sorry, every heroes you get 10% at level 60. So, looking at myself with 200% XP synergy bonus, it takes me around an hour and a half comfortably to reach from level 1 to 60 for any given heroes, because some heroes can level faster than others, and sometimes depending on the event as well. And by and large, I mean, there are real life stuff like ordering pizza, eating pizza, let your cats in, let your cats out. I don't know. There are many things in life that maybe wife aggro. Sometimes I do that too. That will take you away from playing the game. But from my experience, about 1.5 hours leveling from 1 to 60 without any XP booster. And if you work out to be, if I would want to level from rank 1 to 70, it would take me probably like 187 hours or close to 200 hours on that. With that aspect. Now, of course, there are XP boosters as well. Not that I'm trying to sell a booster idea to you, but there are options. If you pay the XP booster, if you have 5 stacks of it for 2.5 hours, you will gain 200% XP kind of bonus multiplied to whatever you have in your client XP kind of thing. It's quite a fair bit. I believe that is like like another 3 times kind of thing. So so all in all, you may shorten the time from 187 into say maybe 63, somewhat like that. I haven't really tried myself, but I mean it's not really exactly that way. I don't suppose the XP booster will affect the story kind of like reward, but I don't know. But say if it does, then it will take about $100 because $8 you give about 10 XP booster. You need quite a lot of them to sustain. There's 60 odd hours of gameplay. So just an idea: if you play $100 US dollars, you can shorten the whole time from 187 hours to even shorter. That is provided that you have my kind of XP bonus, 200%. If you don't, then it will be more than 187 hours for you. So that is the number one thing that you should consider and know what you are getting yourself into. Now, number two is that is it an end game progress or is it not? It's a very hard question to answer because this game is rather unique in the sense that the end game is very shallow. I mean, right now I can call this end game as well because I'm farming one of the artifacts, but you can see that it is neither challenging nor that fun really to do the same thing again and again and again. But that is what this game is about. So the whole entire Omega Prestige will get you plus 70 to each of your archetype attribute, I presume. If I just look at Spider-Man, it is really a lot, meaning that if you just keep doing heroic storyline, you'll get faster and, well, at least you kill things. Well, everything is one shot anyway. It's overkill, doesn't really matter. But like plus 70 archetype attribute for each one of them work out to be a lot of difference. I think you can even go naked without any gear. Just that and the special heroes legendary. I think you can win any content really in today's standard. But I don't know how they're going to do the difficulty slider. So we shall see about that. But is it end game or not end game? Well, I mean, when you level, you don't really earn that much XP as compared to playing the end game like Patrol Zone, that's for sure. You don't get any gear that you can use at end game neither. There is no like end game artifact when you level. There is no like the gear that you can keep. So the loot basically means nothing to you. Basically it is like you have stats, but it is not really end game kind of thing. So I don't know how to classify it. I understand that for some games like Diablo 3 or Path of Exile, they have season or league concept. You restart again and again, but the whole journey is kind of deep. You kind of like you can see the whole progress of your character hero. But this game doesn't really feel that way. Even if you repeat it 70 times, it is just like you are doing the same thing, just a different kind of power that you may use. That's about it. It's a little bit artificial for me, but again, I mean, some people like the kind of like simplicity. You say, well, why life should be so difficult? Why can't I just click and win? So this is a click and win game in a way. Besides pay, no, didn't say that. Okay, so number three is that you must also be understanding that when you do leveling, there's no variety to it. If you just want the fastest way to get through to the rank 70. Now, why do you want to get to rank 70 fast? Because ultimately, the whole reason why you do this Omega Prestige is that you like to have that humongous amount of attributes so as to win the end game. When you can do the Omega difficulties, I think it will be rather easy if you get through that kind of like gameplay. Now, the reason you must also understand is that there's no variety. Right, if you do story mode, I presume the first, say, 10 level, because it's normal leveling. For me, I stop at chapter 3-ish, like 4, around there. Because after chapter 3 or 4, I become 60 anyway, right? So I would stop there. And but I presume as your XP requirement ramped up like one time, 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, 2 times, stuff like that, I'll extend my story from story like end of story 3 or 4. Become 5, become 6, become 7, eventually become 8, and beyond 8, if I still can't get it, I probably do some other things like patrol or whatnot. But there is no variety in the content. There is no randomness. You may argue that games like World of Warcraft also have the grinding kind of thing, or Diablo 3, but these games have variety. The quests that you face are different. In Diablo 3, for example, the rift itself, the content, every time you look at a map, it's a little bit different. One map to another is random as well. So every time you approach, you get a fresh, like new experience, a different combo of affixes. Path of Exile also, depending on the map affixes itself, the gameplay can be dramatically different, although the tile set is the same. And even so, for Path of Exile, there are many tile sets. In this game, you are facing the exact same tile set, exact same mobs around, exact same kind of boss around everywhere. You are just repeating the same thing again and again. No skill, no variety, just click and win. So, you know, XP farming, if you are okay with that, then that's fine. And also, if you play, I mean, I'm okay with doing story mode for different hero, because if I play different heroes, I get to enjoy kind of like, you know, maybe different mechanic to it, because some hero may be melee, some hero may be range, and so on and so forth. If you pick one of those heroes to consider as an Omega Prestige, as of now there's Spider-Man, which is still good, because Spider-Man can be both a range or melee or movement, so there's still some variety to it. But later on, you know, as they have more and more heroes that have this Omega Prestige, then you may need to think about, you know, are you okay with playing the same build again and again for 70 times or over 124.5 kind of effective time expansion for you to do that, all right? But you can also consider using this opportunity as the Eternal Splinter farming. I've done this video over like 45 minutes or so. I realized that I've got 1 splinter per 8 minutes or 7.5 splinter per hour. So if you sing in the 200 hours for me with 200% XP bonus, I'll probably get about 938 count Eternal Splinter. I mean, not a bad deal. After all, you need the Splinter to unlock for the next heroes, you know, Omega Prestige, because I believe they require 400. And also, if any missing Omega Essence that you do not have acquired, then you have to use the Splinter, because you know, from what I understand, the essence can only be farmed during the cosmic content, and when you do story, it's heroic as of today, right? So there's something to consider, because you need 10,000 Splinter, if not, to craft all this essence for your next hero's prestige. Just saying. Okay, now how about you know, well, you know, although the content has no variety, you do all the story, but if you are not someone who want the absolute fastest way to get the Omega Prestige rank 70, you have other options as well. In fact, I would probably propose you mix it with some kind of like legendary kind of like questing, because I found that in this game there are a lot of content, a lot of currencies that you require, but you know, you have to do certain things. You can't really, like in other games like Diablo or Path of Exile, you can do the in-game content and get everything you want and you need. But in this game, it's not. It's very fragmented. So if you don't pay for the currency booster, for example, then you may want to just farm for the farm for the OD mark by doing the legendary quest. It kind of breaks the monotony a little bit, but it will take a very long time for you to get to 60 compared to doing story mode. And also, you may want to mix it with some cube shard farming, because as and when you have legendary quests, they'll send you to this terminal, that terminal, and you can farm those shards, and then every day you can farm 20 of them, or more than that, I think, 1 per terminal, red and green, and then you can use it to get the booster that help you to perhaps level. That is also one option out there. So, you know, it's a little bit of just mixing around, because I think that doing story mode probably the fastest way, but you'll get really dry very soon, because there's only that many times you can do the same thing again and again. Although I have to say that, you know, sometimes in the past I'm also guilty of that kind of like, you know, very monotonous click and win kind of thing. But yeah, I think I've passed that. But some of you may be new, still it's a new kind of experience. Okay, point number 4 is that have to ask yourself, is the heroes fun to level? That is very important to you. So you can use the level 1 experience to sort of do that. But then I know that there are actually Omega pack, like for example in the console world right now, if you haven't got the Spider-Man unlocked, you can get the costume, the Spider-Man, and you know, blah and blah and blah, and the Omega unlock as well. So very hard. Check out some YouTube video, check out my channel as well to see whether you like the kind of video. I have some videos on Spider-Man as well. If you like to check out is Spider-Man your kind of cup of tea, You have to really like what you're playing in order to endure not just the Prestige 1 to 5 plus the Cosmic Prestige, but the 70 ranks thereafter. So you have really got to love it. And you have got to find a hero whereby there are a lot of build variety. Like for example, which hero would I be interested to Cosmic Prestige? If I really have to do one, I would do Rogue, because Rogue can steal any power from any heroes or villains and can make it her own. So it becomes kind of rather interesting. But although there are some things are being unlocked along the way, so I can't really pick everything I want. But still, I mean, I can start a Rogue with Summoner, start a Rogue with range, start a Rogue melee, start a Rogue with melee range kind of thing. Those could make it bearable. But then even from my experience, my Rogue is red kind of Prestige. I still find that in the end, I just stick to the one build that I kind of enjoy the most. So you may sort of have some discovery, but then end up with same thing. So pick up some of these heroes in the future. Maybe, I don't know, Deadpool would be a good choice. For example, Ghost Rider could be quite nice because there's quite a few options to play it. But there are some other heroes just really not worth it. Like for example, I've played Nick Fury. I really hated the whole leveling experience, and no way on earth I'm going to do a Omega Prestige, no matter how great the hero synergy is going to be. Winter Soldier also, Black Bolt, and Night Fury. I think kind of some hero just Nightcrawler. It's just when I level, I didn't have a good experience. So things like that you probably collect along the way. You know which hero you can endure, or Cosmic Prestige. Like I think Scarlet Witch will be something that I'll quite interested. Magic will be another one that I'll probably be interested to do it. Captain America, nice. Thor is good as well. So these are some of the bread and butter of classic heroes that I found that is still hold true, rather nice. But not saying that they have it right now, because they are not they don't really have all these heroes that has Omega Prestige right now. So you have to wait until perhaps your favorite hero become a Omega kind of Prestige to it. You may consider. All right. Now, number 5 is important. This tip is very important. I hope you guys got to realize that heroes can become dated and not strong over time. I've seen it time and time again from 2013. Now, even Spider-Man wasn't fantastic until the 52 review. Before that, he was left in a very bad status for a very long time. In fact, Deadpool was the last one that got updated. So I've seen in the past that heroes are not great and they are being left at that stage, like Nick Fury, right? After it's being released, everybody commented in the PC world, it's no good, really. You have to do something about it. But there's nothing to be done. And those of you who are fans of Nick Fury is still waiting for a day that he's awesome. He may be awesome, maybe a couple of years later. So whatever heroes that they say, well, Omega Prestige, just bear in mind that they may not be strong by the time you sort of get it done with. I don't know how long it takes for you to get to the Omega Prestige rank 70. All right, so that is one thing. And also, Gazillion does not have a track record of hero balancing. In fact, it's pretty bad at it. So I just want to keep it real here, and something to consider. But if you are a big fan of the hero, sometimes you don't really care about all these things and say, well, although it's the weakest. I've seen people who really prestige Hawkeye before Hawkeye was any decent, So we have that too. Doesn't mean that when a hero is terrible, there's no one do it, but just be aware that Gazillion does not have a good track record in updating or balancing hero or whatsoever. Now, the 6th point is also very important. It's from my experience after the biggest update ever. Gazillion may change the hero design drastically, including the gear, whatnot, that you have zero control or feedback on. So today, you may hate a hero, and tomorrow, hero may be good. Vice versa, means that today, you say, whoa, this is absolutely my favorite hero. But then after that, guess what? They make an update based on feedback, and then totally destroy your favorite hero. Now, I can give you a lot of examples, like Black Widow, like Doctor Doom, like Angela, like Jean Grey, like Gambit. Just the whole list just go on and on. I mean, these were the hero. They were my bread and butter. I would play it every day last time, right? But after the biggest update ever, it's like, that is not the Black Widow I know of, I didn't have to wait for ammo to come back up, stuff like that. So there's a lot of like consideration, and also it comes back to the point whereby a lot of veterans like myself, we are holding on to the ultimate token because we don't even know who to give it to. I used to give it to several heroes, and now looking back, I totally regret the whole thing because last time when I gave the ultimate token to a hero, my consideration was that the hero has great teleport power, feel really responsive and so on. Guess what? They nerf the whole kind of like teleport. They make the hero just walk like anybody else. So it become my consideration of which hero I would like to invest all my attention and gear on become like invalid. So Guardian will definitely do that to you. Just bear that in mind. Whichever heroes that you feel you've really connected to, you love it and so on. Like today, you say, I can throw $40 to jumpstart the whole process so that I do not need to bear with the Cosmic Prestige. Then I can throw $100 for the XP bonus so that I can get to rank 70 fast. Good for you, but just bear in mind that next day or someday later, your hero may not be even recognizable for you. We do not know the history, we do not know the future, but the history is always a good trend to what the future is. All right, just think about that. The last point, point number 7, is that who should consider Omega Prestige? I think if you have a capped hero XP synergy, 200% in PC, 100% in console, I think it's you probably be wasting the least amount of time, or you do not need to spend that much time compared to someone who has 0 kind of XP synergy to get to your rank 70. All right, so as I said to everybody, I mean, before you do Cosmic Prestige, if you have time and whatnot, just play other heroes, get to 60, and then you just get more XP synergy. It helps you with Infinity System, it helps you level your Legendary, it helps you Cosmic Prestige. All right, I also would recommend that probably to people who have high Infinity System kind of like point, because Infinity System point, although it's harder to earn compared to the Omega rank, I think, because Omega rank is actually for that plus 70 to both the archetype attribute is a big deal, and it doesn't really take that. I mean, compared to the whole Infinity System, I think is probably easier to get the points from that than the points from the Infinity System. Yeah. If you are at a high kind of point, if you are still low, then of course just work with your Infinity System, because the XP that you accumulate and earn onto the Infinity System will benefit all your heroes, future and present. So I will definitely work on the Infinity System first, and after that I say, okay, fine, I've got to 1,000 as much as I can get. Why not? I just working on one heroes that I have. Also recommend to those who are done with the end game gearing. So for example, you say, well, I've geared all that I can, I've got the artifact that I want, I've got all the gears that I want crafted, I fixed the perfect one, I have nothing else to do with the hero, I just want the extra 70 attribute for both type. Then I think it's a valid case. Or you say, I don't care about the gear, because when I get 70 attribute to both archetype, I'm godlike anyway. Who care about gear? That can be too. So either way, I mean, just consideration there. And I would like to repeat this again. I mean, just for everybody to understand, is that if you enjoy the routine, meaning that content with no variety, then yes, I think Omega Prestige is for you. I mean, yeah, after that, you look at what I'm doing here. I'm repeating it, I don't know how many times already as I do a replay on this video. And of course, if you have money to spend, right? If you can say, I spend $40 to get my Cosmic Prestige and also the Omega Prestige unlock, and I spend another $100 for XP booster, then why not, right? So now, that is really the end of the video. I do not want to overstretch it. I'm keen to hear for some of, I know a lot of you are not very keen about the idea, but like I said, I mean, this game is a niche game. There are always people who are fans and always people who like the Omega Prestige. So if you are one of those, I mean, share with me what kind of things that you kind of look forward to in a Cosmic Prestige. Which are the heroes that you feel that, if they announce it for Cosmic Prestige, you're very likely to start a journey on that one. I mean, I said my piece. I mean, there are some heroes that I find it quite interesting if they have it there. But how about you? I mean, what are you looking forward to? All right, so now I'll see you next time. I mean, feel free to ask me any question. And for those of you who are interested to know in the PC world, when will the Omega Prestige be out? I think they say shortly after the Omega patch. When is the Omega patch come out? I don't know really. I mean, they say that it's meant to be September, October. People are joking that October 2018. I don't know. I think realistically, it probably be sometime end of year or beginning of new year. And Omega Prestige, I don't know, could be before, I think before next anniversary. I just say, call it, right? Before next anniversary. I hope they'll get it sorted. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.